Have you ever felt like there's something more for you out there, something greater than what you're living right now? Deep down, in those quiet moments when the world slows down, do you ever wonder if your life could be different, more fulfilling, more meaningful? Maybe you've tried to ignore it, brushed it off as a passing thought, but it's still there, lingering in the background, tugging at your heart. What if I told you that feeling, that quiet, persistent desire isn't a coincidence? It's your soul speaking to you, trying to remind you that you're not meant to just exist. You're meant to live with purpose, to create a life that aligns with who you truly are. But somewhere along the way, you were told that this feeling wasn't practical, that dreams and ambitions were for other people, and not for someone like you. You were taught to conform, to settle, to accept a version of life that doesn't truly satisfy your deepest desires. But what if it's not too late? What if you have the power to change it all, to wake up to the life you were always meant to live? And if you stay with me for just a little while longer, you might discover that everything you've been seeking has been inside you all along. The truth is, you've always had the potential for greatness within you. Every single person on this planet has a unique gift, a purpose that only they can fulfill. But somewhere along the way, you've been conditioned to suppress that potential. You've been told that purpose is something rare, something that only a select few discover. But let me tell you something important. Your purpose is not a hidden secret. It's not something to be found in faraway places. It's inside of you, waiting to be uncovered. It starts with one simple question. What would it feel like to finally embrace who you truly are? To stop pretending, stop playing small, and step into the person you're meant to become. The first step in discovering your true purpose is listening. Listening to the whispers of your soul. It's easy to ignore them, to drown them out with distractions, with the noise of everyday life. But those whispers are not random. They're the clues, the breadcrumbs leading you to something far greater than you can even imagine. You just have to be brave enough to follow them. Here's the thing, you've been waiting for the perfect moment to take action, the perfect opportunity to show up as your truest self. But that moment doesn't come in the form of a dramatic event or a grand revelation. The perfect moment is now, the moment when you choose to be present with your own desires, the moment when you choose to trust yourself, to stop doubting your potential. You've heard it before, but let me remind you, you are not here by accident. You're here for a reason, and your purpose is yours to claim. There is no blueprint to follow, no single path that leads to fulfillment. The journey is uniquely yours. You're meant to write your own story, to carve your own way in this world. What if you stopped looking for external validation? What if you stopped waiting for someone else to tell you what you're capable of? Because here's the reality, only you can decide who you're meant to be. When you start to listen, truly listen to your inner voice, you'll begin to see the world through a different lens. You'll stop measuring your worth against others' success and start measuring it against your own potential. That's where true power lies. Your power lies in your ability to choose, in your ability to listen to your heart and take the first step towards something greater. But I know it's not easy. Society, your environment, your upbringing, they've all shaped how you see the world. And it's so easy to get caught up in the idea that you should follow the rules, stay in line, and do what everyone else is doing. But here's the catch. The rules you've been following were made for someone else's vision of success. They weren't made for you. You were meant to think differently, to challenge the status quo, to create your own path. Right now, you may feel uncertain. You may feel a bit scared of the unknown, of stepping outside of the familiar. And that's okay, but do you know what happens when you take that first step? You break free from the chains that have been holding you back. You begin to realize that everything you need to succeed, everything you need to create the life you desire, is already within you. So, what's holding you back? The truth is, the only thing standing between you and the life you're meant to live is the decision to step into your power. It's deciding to stop settling and start living with intention. It's about choosing to believe that you are worthy of more, that you are capable of more. It's time to stop waiting. Your purpose is not out there somewhere. It's right here inside of you. And once you make the decision to listen, to take that first step, you'll start to uncover the life you were always meant to live. Are you ready to finally begin? Your true purpose is waiting for you. All you have to do is listen and take that first step. Once you've taken that first step, something powerful begins to shift inside you. The path ahead isn't always smooth, and the road is never as simple as we imagine. But here's the truth you need to accept. The struggle is where your growth begins. In a world that often promotes instant gratification and smooth sailing, we've been conditioned to avoid pain, to seek comfort at every turn. But if you want to discover your true purpose, you have to understand something critical. The most profound breakthroughs happen when we push through discomfort, when we face the obstacles we've been avoiding. Think about it. Every challenge you've faced so far, every setback, every moment when you thought you couldn't keep going, those were not signs that you should quit. They were signals that you were on the verge of something great. What if, instead of running from your struggles, you embraced them? What if, instead of looking at hardship as something that pulls you down, you saw it as something that builds you up, molds you into the person capable of achieving everything you desire? Every time you overcome an obstacle, you grow stronger. Your challenges do not define you. They refine you. The truth is, growth isn't always comfortable. It doesn't always look like success right away. In fact, it often feels like failure. You may fall, you may falter, and there will be moments when the weight of your journey feels unbearable. But that's exactly when you need to dig deeper, when you need to remind yourself that the struggle is a part of your evolution, not an obstacle to it. You can't skip the process. You can't leapfrog through the hard parts. It's in the moments of discomfort that you begin to discover what you're truly made of. It's in the pain that you unearth the strength and resilience you never knew existed inside you. And it's in facing your fears, not avoiding them, that you unlock your full potential. Every time you choose to keep going when everything inside you screams to quit, you are expanding your capacity. The more you endure, the more you become, and that's how you start to align with your purpose. It's through these trials that you find out what you're truly capable of. The person you are becoming, the one who refuses to back down, the one who rises stronger every time they fall, this is the person who will fulfill their purpose. Imagine for a moment that you're not running away from the difficulties, but you're actively running toward them. What would that look like for you? What if you saw your obstacles as the very stepping stones toward the life you've always dreamed of? Because that's the reality you're stepping into when you choose to rise above the struggle, when you choose to face the pain instead of running from it. And yes, there will be times when it feels easier to give in, to let go of the fight and settle for less than you deserve. It's in those moments when the pressure feels too much to bear that you need to remind yourself of why you started in the first place. Remember your why. Remember the purpose that's driving you, the life that's waiting for you just on the other side of the struggle. It's easy to get lost in the frustration, the doubts, and the fears, but those are the exact moments when you need to push the hardest. Because you're closer than you think, every obstacle, every challenge, every time you feel like giving up, it's all part of the process. It's preparing you for something bigger, something more meaningful. And when you finally push through, when you rise above the difficulty, you'll look back and see that the struggle was never a roadblock, it was the bridge to your greatest achievements. So how do you keep going? It starts with embracing discomfort as a sign of growth. Don't run from your challenges, run toward them. See them as the lessons they are meant to be. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this moment? How can I grow stronger, smarter, more resilient through this? And when you shift your perspective, the struggle becomes not something to avoid, but something to welcome. But it's not just about facing obstacles. It's about choosing to learn from them. Don't let your setbacks define your future. Let them teach you the lessons you need to evolve. There's power in every failure. There's wisdom in every misstep. It's in the dark moments that you begin to understand what truly matters. It's in the struggle that you uncover your deepest strength. So, when you face your next challenge, and there will be many, remember this, the struggle is not here to stop you. It's here to prepare you, to shape you, and to make you the person who can fulfill their purpose with strength, resilience, and unwavering confidence. Every step you take through the struggle is a step closer to the person you are destined to become. Keep moving, keep growing, And above all, keep trusting the process, because on the other side of this challenge is the life you've always dreamed of. It's waiting for you, and all you have to do is keep going. You are capable of more than you know. You just have to be willing to face the struggle and transform it into your power. The moment you truly understand the power of the struggle, a shift happens. You no longer see challenges as something to fear, but as opportunities to expand. Yet, this transformation, this shift in perspective, is not enough on its own. The real key to unlocking the life you desire is bold action. Consistent, determined action that pushes you forward no matter what. It's easy to get stuck in the planning phase, to be consumed by dreams, ideas, and visions of success. You may know what you want, you may even feel the fire within you, but if you don't act, if you don't take that first step, nothing will change. This is where most people falter. They wait for the perfect moment, the ideal conditions. They tell themselves they'll start tomorrow or next week or when they feel more confident, but the perfect moment doesn't exist. The only moment that matters is the one in front of you right now. You may not have all the answers, and that's okay. You don't need to know everything before you begin. Action breeds clarity. The more you move, the more you will learn. The more you do, the more you will understand what works and what doesn't. Inaction, on the other hand, keeps you stagnant. It keeps you trapped in a loop of thinking, planning, and wishing without any real forward movement. Here's the truth: every step you take, no matter how small, is a victory. It's easy to get overwhelmed by the thought of the journey ahead, to think you have to achieve everything all at once. But the truth is, success doesn't come from one giant leap, it comes from 1,000 small steps. Each action you take is a piece of the puzzle, and with every piece you place, you get closer to the whole picture. The key is to keep moving. Even when the path isn't clear, even when the road gets rocky and uncertain, the only way to move forward is to act. Don't wait for fear to go away before you take action. Fear will always be there, but courage is what moves you forward despite it. The feeling of fear is normal, it's part of the process. But letting fear control you is the choice you get to make. Do you want to be someone who dreams but never moves? Someone who has the vision but never takes the first step? Or do you want to be the person who turns vision into reality, who takes bold, unwavering action every single day, knowing that each action gets them closer to their true purpose? The choice is yours. Let me tell you something. You are capable of far more than you give yourself credit for. The barriers you see in front of you are not there to stop you. They are there to challenge you, to help you grow. You have everything inside you to succeed. You just have to choose to act on it. The road ahead might be uncertain, and there will be obstacles, setbacks, and failures, but that's not a reason to stop. It's a reason to push harder. Every time you fall, every time you face a challenge, you are building resilience. You are learning. You are growing. You are becoming the person who will fulfill their purpose. It's easy to look at others who have already achieved success and think they have something you don't. But the truth is, they are no different from you. They made a decision to act even when they didn't have all the answers. They chose to keep moving forward, one step at a time, just like you can. And when you take that first step, when you choose to move despite the fear and uncertainty, you'll find that the world begins to shift around you. Opportunities will start to unfold. People will begin to notice you, and most importantly, you will start to see your own potential. You will begin to realize that you are the creator of your own life. The world doesn't owe you success. No one is going to hand you the life you desire on a silver platter, but you have the power to create that life, to build it from the ground up. The foundation starts with action. Every time you choose to take a step, no matter how small, you are reinforcing that foundation, brick by brick. This is not about waiting for the right moment. It's about creating that moment. Every day that you take action, you are shaping your future. And the beautiful thing is, you don't have to wait for everything to be perfect. Perfection isn't the goal, progress is. You are not defined by where you are right now. You are defined by the steps you take today. Action is what turns dreams into reality. You don't need to know everything. You don't need to have all the answers. You just need to start. So, what are you waiting for? The life you desire is within your reach, but it's only available to those who are willing to take the necessary steps. Act now. Take that first step. And when the fear comes, when the doubts creep in, take another. Because every step forward is a step toward the life you deserve. The life you've always known was meant for you. This is your moment. The only question is, will you take action? Now, as you begin to act, to push past the doubts and fears, something incredible begins to happen. You start to shift your identity. The person who once hesitated, the person who doubted their worth, begins to fade away. You start to realize that your true power isn't in waiting for life to hand you what you want. It's in stepping into the person who is ready to claim it. But that shift, that transformation, won't happen overnight. It's not about instant results or overnight success. It's about consistency, the daily choices you make to show up for yourself. And let me tell you something important. Consistency is what separates those who dream from those who achieve. It's easy to stay motivated when everything is going well. It's easy to keep going when the rewards are immediate, when the path is clear, when you're seeing progress every day. But what happens when the rewards aren't as apparent? What happens when you face setbacks, when things don't go as planned, when the results feel slow or even non-existent? This is where most people give up. They stop because they expect instant gratification. They stop because they think success should happen quickly. But real success, the kind of success that changes lives and shapes destinies, is built through persistence. It's built through the days when you don't see progress but keep pushing anyway. It's in the moments when everything